topic, I guess, caught our attention when we were riding in the car. Shout out to Ryan Cameron here in the Metro Atlanta area, the Ryan Cameron Show on the radio. The topic was, should you still help your ex get the bag? And we were like, what? Turned it up a little bit. And they were basically referring to, I don't know if you're up to date on the latest news with Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson, aka Ocho Cinco, and Shay Shay, aka Shannon Sharpe. Apparently, Ocho Cinco's ex was just brought on or hired on or contracted by Shannon Sharpe's media company to, I guess, her and some girls, or her and her girls or whatever, he just basically bought their show or brought them on, contracted them to do a show on his network, maybe a podcast or something like that. I don't know. But it's funny because when you look at it, the post had, I guess his media company released the post with the image, welcome so-and-so. I can't remember the name of the ladies, what they call themselves for the podcast. But
Humble Baddies.
There you go. Humble Baddies. Welcome Humble Baddies to the Shay Shay Media or whatever. And Ocho Cinco screenshotted that and then did a post and said, hey, I feel like shouldn't someone have run this by me first or something? So I guess that brought everybody to be like, should you be still helping your ex get the bag? So what are your thoughts on that?
You go first.
I'm a little torn. Well, not in general. I'm torn more of the situation at hand. So like, if we talk about this situation when it comes to Ocho Cinco and his ex-wife, I believe they were married, ex-wife, or ex-girlfriend, ex-fiance. I think they were ex-fiancés, at least.
Girlfriend, something like
but him, as it pertains to him and his ex, and then Shannon Sharpe hiring them, him putting that post, shouldn't this have gotten run by him? Well, he's not a part of Shannon Sharpe's media company, so Shannon Sharpe technically did not have to run anything by him. They have a separate podcast that's doing well that he and Shannon Sharpe does at night called, I think it's called Nightcap. So they do well there. Now, if it was something that he was hiring them on to do Nightcap, then yeah, as a partner in that show, it should have been run by him. But if you got a separate company doing something and bringing them on, and whatever the influence that she has, I don't think it has to be run by him technically from a business standpoint. Now, from a homeboy standpoint, if we're good, then yeah, I don't know if it would influence me to not hire them on if I knew that they would get ratings and move the business forward, and it's all about business. And you got to take your personal feelings aside and just think, take emotions out and just think logically. I would have been like, it's a business decision at the end of the day. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that. What about yours?
For me, should you still help your ex get the bag? That's not your responsibility anymore to help your ex to get the bag. But what I can say is you don't stop them from getting the bag. So in this case with Shay Shay and Ocho, I would say, he's not helping her to get the bag. Shannon saw that she have potential, or whatever they're doing have, value, and he said he's gonna move on it where it could benefit him and her, which if Ocho was against that, then he probably a cop blocker and don't want to see her do good. And at times, you have people from the past or ex-relationship don't want to see their exes do well. And if anything they can do to block it, they would, do that. And in this case, if he's saying why this wasn't run by me first to block it, then I don't support that. Because again, if as a person, you want to see everybody do good, you want to see everybody leveling up, and if they're good at something, not because you're not together and you can know somebody could put them on, you don't say, oh, I'm not going to put them on because we're not together.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. I don't think your ex should help you to get the bag, but if there's a possibility that they know somebody that want to put you on and they stop them from putting you on, then they are a cop blocker.
So if we take it out of the context of stopping them from getting the bag, so let's not say stopping them from getting the bag. If you know somebody's a realtor, your ex is a realtor, and they're a fairly good realtor, and then you know somebody else that came to you randomly that maybe through a business contact and they want to buy property, do you say, oh, I know someone? Do you put them on rather than just blocking? would you refer them?
In that case, I think it all depends. Because if you're sending that person to whoever your ex or whatever, you want to, unless, like you said, if y'all on good terms, yeah, you'll refer them to that. But if that person come to you and said, I know that your ex is a good realtor, what you think about that? And you said, no, don't use her, then that's a cop blocker.
Oh, I know it's a block.
But if they come to you and said, I want to...
Don't know what your ex does, but you're like, okay, do I put them on?
If, again, like I said, like you said, the relationship, if you guys are on good terms, you can say, oh, I know this person, they're a good realtor. But if y'all not on good terms, it's almost like, I'm not going to send people to you when I don't know where we stand or how you feel. If you feel like I'm sending you a bad person to mess up your reputation and all this other stuff, so no. But if they come to me saying, oh, I want to use this person, I'll say, okay, go right ahead. I'm not going to say, no, don't use them. No.
I think I agree with that. That's pretty
So,
good. So those are my thoughts on that. So, yeah.
so if Ocho Cinco want to block his humble baddies,
And it sounded like he did. So it tells me, which, again, no one really knows what happened but those two. But it sounds like from the media gossip that he may have cheated on her or something like that, and she ended a relationship. So, but now he's the one harboring feelings or animosity, almost like trying to block her blessings or her bag, if you would.
yeah, and,
That's not cool.
and maybe Shannon know that. That's why he didn't run it by him. Or maybe their relationship is not relationshiping. It's not where they are buddies like that.
That's
That's
a whole
his
nother
co-host,
topic. That's a whole
and
nother topic.
they no.
So how do you feel about that now? Like,
How you feel about what?
should somebody have to run something by you? Should a friend have to run a meetup with an ex or a business relationship that's going to happen or whatever with your ex by you first, if you feel that that's your friend or family, I should say.
If we're friends, if we're friends, because I know people use this word friend just randomly.
Loosely, correct.
But if we're friends, you know my children, and you know my life or whatever, and my ex reach out to you to have a meetup, and yes,
You would want it run by you before.
I would feel like if we're good, you should let me know, like, oh, he reached out to me, like he want to meet up. Like, I'll probably say, oh, okay, all right. But yeah, I think you should, if we're friends like that.
Because again, in that situation, clearly Ocho Cinco was blindsided by this business relationship that just happened. So I guess him and Shannon aren't as much friends as he thought in that regard. But that
They're
also
probably business partners. Business partners are not necessarily friends. So we talk about business, and I don't have to tell you all my proposal or all that I have coming up if we're just sharing one certain business and the other one don't have anything to do with the next. So I guess they probably not friends like that.
okay. Yeah, they are.
So what do you think about it? You think a friend should, if they're meeting up with your ex, should run it by you, or no?
No, I don't. Friends or family, I don't think you would have to run it by me first. Yeah, because it gets sticky because it leaves logically. If you put on your logical brain and not your emotional brain, your logical brain will be like, leave it alone. Business happens. Relationships can happen where there might be something that
I'm
benefits.
not necessarily saying business. I'm saying, like, you have a friend and you have an ex. This is just, like you said, this is another topic. You have a friend and your ex, and that's your friend, and they supposed to meet up with your ex. Do you think your friend should run it by you? And you said no.
Yeah, I don't think so. It really depends on what they're meeting up. Like, again, if it's a business thing or if
So, but-
they just want to go have drinks.
Yeah, like,
So if they're just gonna go have drinks?
Just okay. For instance, let me use the Love and Hip Hop, Princess and Amada. Amada went to, I guess Ray J wanted to have a movie or whatever coming out, and he wanted Amada to be in it and dance or whatever. So she
Met up with Ray J.
Ray J reached out to her, wanted her to play a role in the movie or whatever, and reached out to her, and she went and meet up with him. Mind you, her and Princess
Used to be cool.
supposedly friends, or were friends, or supposed to be friends, like I said. She went and meet up with Ray J and talked or whatever, flirt, dance, get a little touchy, feely, whatever. I know Princess and Ray J's on the outs or
On the rocks.
on the rocks, pending divorce. So, you know, Amada went, she met up with him and danced, whatever. I guess after the meetup, she reached out to Princess to tell her that Ray J reached out to her and, you know, wanted her to be a part of a movie. And she was upset.
So in that regard, I think I don't know. I may have handled it more like Amada did. Because again, I want to hear you out. I'd want to hear what this is. If one of my friends' exes is reaching out to me for business, because again, he's saying it's a movie role I wanted to.
Why would you wait? Okay, because even when he was flirting with her, and we are friends.
But it's business first. It's no.
Okay, business. Okay, even with business, she know that Amada and she know that Princess and Ray J is going through it. So now he's meeting up with her. If
But
that's
she still did let
I guess
Princess
that,
know.
after the
And
meetup.
That's my
But
thing.
she should have did it before.
Why?
The only reason she did it after because she know it's gonna come out. If it was never gonna come out, she wouldn't have tell her. And then she was flirting with. They were flirting. She pushed her boobs up and was doing little things. You touched her on her butt. If that was really her friend, just like with the Shay Shay and Ocho, if that was her friend, she would have called her and said, "Well, Ray J talk about this movie that he have coming." Just like Princess said, like. You know, he always made plans and it never come through. What movie you think he's really doing? So with him telling her a movie and he want her to be in it, she could have called Princess right as she got off the phone with Ray J. Like, why Ray J? If they were friends like that, why Ray J just called me telling me that he want me to be in a movie? And she was like, don't meet up with him, or he telling you bull. He's probably trying to mess with you or trying to think he can F with you so he can get back at me.
I'm torn on that a little bit. I'm still trying to figure out. I'd have to sit in that and think about it a little bit more, because I would almost, if I go off of my natural instincts, I would almost want to hear.
I would have did.
I would want to hear what the person has to say, and then yes, I would
She
immediately
did
go
not-
back to my people
well,
and be
she
like,
did
"Hey,
not just
this
hear
is
what
what's
Ray
going
J
on."
had to say. She was
Yeah,
acting
she was a
like
little extra
that.
flirty or
She
whatever,
was
but-
flirting.
but
She
is
was
that for
doing all of
cameras? I
this.
don't know.
It doesn't matter. It was a camera, but the slap wasn't for camera though. When Princess and I would have, if I had a friend and felt like we were friends like that, and you talking out the side of your face like that to me, I probably would have did the same thing that Princess did. I would have slapped her. Because again, it's not even for Ray J. She did it for her, playing her like I thought we were cool, and you out here flirting with my husband because they're still married. They ain't divorced yet, and you out here doing this. You could have. Why you reach out to me afterwards? Why didn't you reach out before? And now Ray J can say anything because now he's saying, "Oh, she took me back to her house and all kinds of stuff." Even if it's not true, she can believe that it's true just because you didn't tell me up front. You didn't tell me at first. If she had told her and she'd like, well, fine, you could go ahead and meet with him, and then now call me. Can you believe Ray J was flirting with me and doing all of that? No, there wouldn't be nothing for her to be mad about. The only thing she could have been mad for is that Ray J was doing that, and Ray J would be the one that she could be mad at. But Amada didn't say anything to her up front. Now, on the back end, when y'all flirted and did what y'all did, now you want to call me and put me in it? No. Why didn't you call me before the meetup?
So if this wasn't Ray J, because
If it
again,
was
Ray J is a joke, I guess, in that regard. That, like she said, oh, he's always coming up with these harebrained
It
ideas, and it doesn't come through. If it's somebody that genuinely moves and shakes and has,
It
you know,
doesn't matter
like,
who.
who can we think of?
What's the name did it? When Bambi did it to Cardi. What's her name?
Carly Red.
Carly Red's so-called producer ex.
Mm-hmm.
She was mad about it because now they put it to almost say, "Oh, Bambi, that's her name, right? Bambi was trying to mess with him.
The Bam.
The band was
Yeah,
trying to
Bambi.
mess with him or whatever." Which is like, no, why would I try? I was doing music or whatever, but because she did not tell Cardi Red before that she was gonna meet up with her boyfriend to try to do some music because he's a music producer or whatever. You remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, even if it wasn't Ray J, even if it's just really business, you were doing business. If I'm your friend, if we're friends like that, and that's my boyfriend or husband or whatever, you run it by me. You let me know as a friend.
Oh no, I'm sorry, people. Again, strictly coming at me on a business thing, then yes, I want to hear you out, and then after I maybe meet up to see whatever this is.
If I'm your friend, then I think you should let me know. If you don't think of me as a friend and you're just thinking about your business, then yeah, you don't have to say anything to me. So that's where we have to divide the two and say, I guess we're not friends then. I feel like it will let me know where you stand as my friend and you're not playing both sides. Because at times, 9 times out of 10, when people are not together, they're not on the best terms. So if you're my friend and I confide in you and telling you what's going on in my life, and now you and my ex are friends like that, who to tell if you're not going over here telling my business as well to the person that, we no longer with? So that let me know where I stand with you. Not that you have to, not that I'm saying choose a side, but then it shows you looking like that, but then it shows like, okay, I see where I stand and I have to minimize how much I interact with you. We now become associate, not friends.
I mean, I see where you're coming from with that. I still hold firm in my my decision.
I just feel like
I honestly wouldn't want it run by me. I could care less because now you got extra something I got to think about now or whatever. But
I would want it run.
Now, if you guys are entering into something, like you said, if it's hey, so-and-so I met with what you call it the other day, and now we're going to be, forming this company to do this all over the world. I'm like, all right, cool, that's good. You gave me a heads up. You're not giving me a decision and saying, no, let me block that. You're just telling me matter of fact what's popping off.
That's not what I'm saying either. It's not that you're blocking. It shows how much respect you have for me as your friend
But isn't the respect still there if they let you know at any point?
Tell me up front. Tell me what's going on before it happened. And even because I wouldn't I wouldn't block anybody, blessings or whatever. But for me to know that you think about my feelings before, and again, you're gonna come back to say, no, I take emotion out of it. I think logic in that.
No, I guess again, I think it's a different viewpoint because that's like the sayings. Don't tell everybody your moves before they happen because not everybody's praying and rooting for you, whatever. So if I have an idea of a concept of something, I might not share that idea with everybody until until I put it into works and the plans can now start to move. And if I have to let somebody know, hey, I've had a couple meetings with so-and-so and it looks like I'm gonna move forward with, doing X, Y, Z. And then they told me at that point, I'm fine with it. If they're telling me, hey, I'm thinking about doing this and I'd like to put your ex in it, I'm almost like, why are you even telling me on the front end? Like, because now you say, oh, I'm like, all right, go ahead. And then they go talk to him and then the ex is like, no, I don't want to do it. So now it all fell apart anyway. So tell me that, y'all met and then we're doing X, Y, Z, or we're going to be doing this,
Like I said, everybody have a different point of view on stuff. Everybody think different. Everybody have a different way of communicating. So it's kind of.
And that's where issues come because again, you want to be known up front. I don't care. I honestly don't want to know up front. Tell me on the back end. You can give me the common courtesy, I guess I would call it. More of common courtesy that such and such is going to happen.
So if I'm doing something, you would want me to, after I do it, to inform you about it?
No, it's, again, if we take it into context like the whole Ray J or even Shannon Sharp meeting, they're having a meeting and discussing, does he have to tell Ocho Cinco up front, hey, I'm thinking about, meeting with your girl and her people to see if their podcast would work, or Ray J saying, or she's saying, I'm meeting
it goes to the respect you have for that person.
So, but again, what I would say is, hey, I met with so and so, or your ex and such came up here and they pitched to us doing the podcast on the network. Sounds like a good idea, and it's probably something we're going to move forward with. I would tell you at that point, it's probably something we would move forward with.
It seemed like it didn't happen at all. He didn't tell him at all. Maybe he saw it on social media.
He saw it on social media.
Sound like he sounded.
So that's probably where we would differ, because again, even with the Amada thing, even with the Ocho Cinco thing, at the end of the day, after he said, hey, because I would probably phrase it just like that, hey, your ex and her people came down here trying to pitch their podcast to be on the network, and some of the content and everything, it sounds cool. It sounds like something we would move forward with. So I'm just letting you know, we're probably going to have her on the network. I'd probably give that kind of common courtesy and say that. Or in the Ray J and Amada thing, if I was Amada, I'd be like, hey, out of nowhere, Ray J called me and was like, they want to do a One Wish movie, and he's thinking of doing such and such. Is going to have a Latin scene, and he wants to cast me as possibly like a love interest.